From inside the Kohl Center in Madison, Wisconsin, it is time for the nightcap of night one of the opening Spike Classic and another top 15 showdown and a rematch from last year's Sweet 16. The Alliance, they lost in 3 sets, but all 3 sets were close. So both teams looking for their first win of the 2025 campaign, and fitting that Texas's first swing of the season comes from star transfer Tori Stafford. A standout at Pitt, now wearing burnt orange. A tip shot there that Creighton keeps alive. And a dig there by Kari Spears. Here's Stafford with another swing right into the teeth of the Creighton block, and they are here for it, especially the former Buckeye, Eloise Brandewie.
Wow, already I'm really impressed with Creighton's defense. I mean, Texas took some really big swings there. Tori Stafford took both of them, but Creighton had an answer.
I mean, how about the juice for Creighton here? And, you know, this arena, Kohl Center, just saw 10,000 strong for the home team. Wisconsin battled Kansas. A lot of the students mainly have left, but Brandewie does not appear to notice, and she's got Creighton out to a 2-0 lead now.
Eloise Brandewie doing it on the block and on the offense.
That's Abby Hayes with the serve, and dumped over by Ella Swindle, the Texas setter, to get the Longhorns on the board in 2025.
I mean, that's absolutely not someone that I would want to serve. Emma Halter passes a perfect pass to Ella Swindle, but she just kind of goes up and slam dunks behind her. Again, we're in a basketball arena. Looks like the dunking is continuing.
Swindle at 6'3". She's got hops, and Brandewie clubs that ball through the back row. And it's a point for Texas. There is Brian Rosen, who is not a new coach for Creighton, but he is the new head coach, taking over for Kirsten Bernthal Booth, who had an outstanding 22-year run as Creighton's head coach. She has transitioned into a role with the Pro League, League One volleyball in Omaha, and Brian Rosen takes over the college program. And well, Swindle's bringing the juice right back for Texas. We're tied at 2.
These girls are fired up. I like it. They're bringing the energy in here. It might be lacking some fans, but the girls are bringing the energy on the court, that's for sure.
Emma Halter with the serve for Texas, and the Texas block rises to the occasion. Ella Swindle, the setter, doing it all along with Nia Bunton.
One thing that makes Ella Swindle such a good setter, besides the fact that she puts up a really hittable ball, she's huge in the front row, which makes her such a dynamic blocker. She's able to get some really good blocking numbers on defense as well.
From the back row, Hayes with the swing. Halter the bump set over the net, in fact, and Analea Mater, the Creighton setter, won the joust for the Blue Jays. Brandewie on the slide. It's pancaked by Halter. On the Blue Jays side, this turning into a great rally. Ava Martin with the drive. Dug by Halter. Stafford cross court, out. Point Creighton.
Wow, Texas is running a really, really fast offense right now. They're pushing to the pin really fast with Tori Stafford. Emma Halter's back there backing them up, giving them opportunities on defense like that one right there.
Fast start to this match. 4-3 Texas in the first set. Here's Nora Wirtz. Stafford from the back row. Spears puts it down, and that is the first college kill for Kari Spears, the true freshman who's one of the crown jewels of the #1 recruiting class in the country, brought in by Jared Elliott, who begins his 25th season as the head coach of the Longhorns. Now a 3-time national champion. Their bid at a three-peat was ended by these Creighton Blue Jays in the Sweet 16 last year. Slide attack, and the pass looked like it was a little wide for Kiara Reinhardt, but she muscled it through the Texas block.
It was a great swing by Reinhardt. Tori Stafford's block is a little bit what we call floaty there. She stops in one place and drifts out to the pin, so it creates a really strong target for Reinhardt to just go up and tool off of it.
Here's Analea Mater. Stafford again on the pass. Mater with the set for Jaya Johnson. Swindle knocks it over. 5.
It's going to be tough sending either of these teams a free ball because you're going to get something like that right back in your face. I mean, that's a little bit of a miscue by Ella Swindle there. I don't think she was trying to send a free ball, but she did. And Creighton responded.
2 kills for Kiara Reinhardt, the 6th-year senior who is a native of Wisconsin from Cedarburg, not far from Milwaukee, playing here in Madison. That ball is down, a point for Texas.
I like that swing off the high hands of the block. Creighton's right back defender was pinched in the court a little bit, so she didn't have a great view of the outside attacker for Texas. So Tori Stafford was able to just tool right off the edge of the block there.
Stafford's first kill as a Longhorn. She had 400 of them last year as a Pitt Panther. And on the attack error by Creighton, it gives Stafford another try behind the service line. Some Kansas Jayhawks players in attendance after coming up just short in 5 sets against Wisconsin. Kansas will play Creighton here inside the Kohl Center on Sunday, day 2 of the opening Spike Classic. Creighton wins the joust tight to the pin. And it's a back and forth first set, 7-6, Texas still in front.
That was really good eye work. As a blocker, eventually you want your eyes to be on your hitter, but in that case, she saw it was tight and just kept her eyes on the ball the whole time.
Ava Martin, the Creighton star, with the serve, and a big swing from Kari Spears. True freshman starting in her first ever college volleyball match and looking right at home.
In a position that she's not completely comfortable in nonetheless. She's a true outside hitter and has played outside hitter pretty much her entire career. And Coach Jared Elliott decided to shift her over to the right side to fill a gap.
You wouldn't just ask anyone to do that, especially a true freshman at the start of their college career, as Johnson fires into the net for Creighton Point, Texas.
Jaya Johnson almost had a handle on that one. She almost had no block. Her blocker, Andy Vanderwall, was a little bit late there. And Jaya Johnson had a pretty much open net and just swung a little too hard.
Here's Nia Bunton. Mater picks out Destiny Nadam Simpson, and Creighton wins the battle.
It's a really smart shot by Nadam Simpson. It's a big block in front of her with Aiden Ames and Kari Spears. She sees it and she wipes off of the block intentionally. That's something that hitters do very intentionally. They find the hands in the block, they actually want to put the ball into it, and then they swipe it off the edges to get the point.
Here's Sage Damrow, the former Wisconsin Badger. That serve led to an overpass, but then an unforced error on Creighton gives a freebie to Texas.
Ella Swindle cracked a big old smile with that one. She was actually back row in that last play, so she couldn't put up a big block, but she jumped like she could and then pulled her hands last minute, almost scaring Eloise Brandewee, the attacker there.
Well, there's an ace serve for Kari Spears. Mark it down, a freshman to watch in college volleyball this year.
Absolutely a freshman to watch. I mean, it's already impressive the fact that she wasn't outside and is now playing on the right side, and she's playing 6 rotations too. Really impressive.
Damrow over to Nadam Simpson, and Swindle up on the block again for Texas along with Aiden Ames. Swindle the pass to the pin, and Abby Vanderwall is denied. Another try for Vanderwall, and a point for Texas. Vanderwall, another freshman in this star-studded 2025 recruiting class.
Really great swing by Vanderwall there. Creighton blockers just going a little too hard there in the middle. Eloise Brandewee touched the net.
Jaya Johnson is dug in the back row by Stafford. Here's Spears down the line but out. And a point for Creighton.
That was a great choice by Ella Swindle. She had all of her attackers in front of her, and Kari Spears is coming right up the right back. Just a little bit behind her, and she swung out of bounds. Definitely something that Kari Spears will need to get used to, swinging out of the back row on the right side of the court.
Sydney Breisinger with the serve. And talk about a dunk. Abby Vanderwall puts it down.
She didn't even hide it. She didn't really have to. I mean, she stuck her hand straight up in the air and came in like she's gonna tip this, but you're not gonna be able to do anything with it because I'm over top of you already.
She's 6'3" from Elmhurst, Illinois, outside of Chicago. Ramsey Gary just clears the tape on that serve. Nadam Simpson wipes the block, and a point for Creighton.
Another benefit for Texas having a big setter in Ella Swindle is that they can move Kari Spears up underneath the block on her defense. So Kari Spears doesn't really have to play much line defense, which is a really hard thing to do. So she gets to hide up under Ella Swindle's block for all of the tips and pickups there.
Abby Hayes aims with the swing. Great dig by Brysinger of Creighton. Halter with the answer for Texas. Here's Stafford. And it was touched. A point for Texas.
It's a really good high swing by Tori Stafford. She's communicating a lot with her setter, Ella Swindle. They've talked quite a bit about trying to find that connection. When you're running such a fast offense like they are right now, the communication has to be through the roof. And this early in the season, they're communicating really well. They'll get into more of a rhythm here.
Brandui puts it into the net on the slide. And that gives, here's Emma Halter with the serve. Martin with a big swing for Creighton.
There's Ava Martin. That's what I know Ava Martin to be able to do. Jump up and turn her shoulders completely and swing down the line. She's facing cross the whole time and just completely tricks everybody on the court. Nobody sees that coming.
Wirtz with the serve. Swindle feeds Spears out of the back row.
That's a great back row route, and it's really, really fast. That's hard to defend. It's also really hard to attack. As a freshman, that's an impressive swing right there. You don't always have a ton of different angles to go when the ball is that fast. Sometimes you just have to swing right where the ball leads you to. But Kari Spears did a good job turning that a little bit towards left back there.
3 kills already for Spears, and there's a play Mac Pedraza loves. Analea Mader with the center kill.
Absolutely love that. Anna Mader was working on that all morning at practice today. She probably took like 20 reps just dumping balls, and her passers were feeding them to her. So she definitely is being pushed to make a couple more attacks in the game.
And she is left-handed, is she not?
She is.
Which you were saying is an advantage as a setter.
Absolutely. She could turn and swing at any moment, and we never know when it would come.
Well, the Creighton block waited again like they did for the game's first point.
There's been some crazy defense in this game altogether. A kick save, some major blocks. Both teams are playing some really gnarly defense. And I mean, hey, a kick save and then a stuff block is exactly what you want to see if you're Creighton.
Swindle feeds Bunton in the middle. Now Mader for Martin. What a save by Emma Halter, but it's out of bounds, and the point for Creighton.
Ava Martin had a little bit of a slow start, but I can't blame her. If I'm her and I see Bunton and Kari Spears hands in my face, I'm definitely going to have a little bit of a slow start trying to figure out the edges of that block, and she's finding them pretty nicely now.
Ball is buried in the net by Mader, and Texas with side out, now up 4. And it puts Tori Stafford behind the service line, and she's new to the program, and Ella Swindle, the setter, was by and large backing up Avery Carlson last year. You know, how long do you think it takes a tandem like that to find their chemistry?
It's hard to find chemistry with a hitter as a setter. It takes a lot of time. It depends on the situation. But I have to point out the speed of this Tori Stafford's tempo right now. They're running her so fast. So that takes a lot of time usually. I'm impressed with game 1 that they're already at the place that they are.
Point for Texas. And a timeout. Creighton. Here. Tori Stafford with the serve. Mader underneath it for Martin, and it's out of bounds. Creighton asking for a touch, and it was not granted. Point Texas.
I like the idea there. She's swinging for high hands. Again, she's got a massive block in front of her, so it's going to take Ava Martin a little bit of time to figure out where those hands actually are.
4 straight for the Longhorns. Dug by Halter. Vanderwall off the block. Everything coming up Texas.
There was a lot of creativity in that play, running Jaya Johnson on a quick ball in the middle. It didn't go exactly the way that they wanted it to, but it's the right idea to change things up and make things happen.
Stafford still serving for the Longhorns. What a play by Reinhardt to just keep that ball alive, and Jaya Johnson wins the point for Creighton.
That's a fantastic up by Kiara Reinhardt. That's hard to do. Stay ready and be prepared. And then a really great reverse set from Anna Mader. Turning that ball and going all the way across the court. She's in left front. She kicked that ball all the way back to the right side. That's also very difficult to do and a really impressive set.
Ava Martin serves down the line to the freshman Vanderwall. Tight to the net. Spears pushes it over. Johnson at the pin. Halter calls for it. All the way to Vanderwall. Dug by Damrow. Nadam Simpson takes a chunk out of the block for the Creighton point.
Just some incredible defense being played right now. I mean, Sage Damrow with that crazy up right there, popping it up, giving Creighton the chance to go and make something happen, and they end up coming up with the point. Defense is all over the place right now.
Gnarly, as you said. Here's Spears. Block sends it right back, and Swindle lost her footing, and the ball kind of hopscotched to the, talk about an unenviable schedule to start the season, at least from one perspective, taking on number 2 and number 5 in your first 2 matches. But all part of the plan to get this Creighton team ready for December in the NCAA tournament. Swindle for Spears. Nadam Simpson off platform. Vanderwall denied by Jaya Johnson.
So many good things for Creighton in that play. I don't even know where to start. I mean, that block was a monster block. That's an incredible way to end a point. One-on-one, making a diving move into that seam. That's a really high IQ play by Jaya Johnson, making the dive move. She wasn't set up in the right spot, but she ended in the right spot, and that's all that matters.
Bunton gets it over and takes a seat. What a block by Abby Vanderwall, one-on-one with Jaya Johnson. Swindle picks out Spears, and she's rejected. Point Creighton.
I mean, are you not entertained? Creighton's block is just everywhere right now. I mean, the one-on-one block by Abby Vanderwall there in the middle of that play was great recovery, supporting her teammate. But then Nadam Simpson just finishing this play completely one-on-one once again.
Well, Jarrett Elliott has seen this first set get much closer. Spears, a tip on the free ball for Texas. Vanderwall stuck again. Reinhardt and Johnson that time.
There's some youth in Texas's front row right now. Both pin hitters are freshmen. Abby Vanderwall and Kari Spears right now. So this is a tough rotation for the Longhorns because they don't have a ton of experience in the front row. And Creighton is capitalizing on that with their block.
6 straight now for Creighton. Both teams are hitting under 0.30 for the match. Texas is hitting 0.28. Creighton 0.26. I mean, credit the block for both teams in part, right?
100%. Everything to do with the block right now. The defense and the block.
What a save by Damrow. Nadam Simpson got a pretty good out-of-system swing on that. Pushed over by Bunton. Cleaned up by Spears. Point Texas.
I mean, the defense right now is incredible. Everyone is everywhere. Sage Damrow is making some crazy plays, just sticking her hand out and seeing what she can get, trying to cause some problems. I love that Nadam Simpson took a swing on that too. That's hard to do. Then Kari Spears just bringing the hammer down on that one.
We see Anya Kujundjic, the junior, serving for the first time, and she offers up a heck of a free ball to Creighton. Big block for Texas that time. Mader to the back row, and Martin is stuffed. And a stare from Aiden Ames, the sophomore from Prosper, Texas, one of the few returners for Texas this year.
Wow. The presence at the net right now is incredible. I mean, Aiden Ames with the stare down, and rightfully so. That press over the block, there was nowhere to go with that for Ava Martin.
She's stepping into a leadership role only as a sophomore, but with 12 new players on the Longhorns roster, she's got a considerable amount of experience, more than a lot of her teammates wearing burnt orange. Johnson through the back row, but it was touched. Creighton with the point.
There's a big difference in the offense that each setter is running on both sides. Ella Swindle's offense is run really tight to the top of the tape. So it's honestly setting up an opportunity for Creighton's block to be on top of the ball every single time. And then Creighton's offense is being run really far off the net. Anna Mader is pushing the ball off the net right now. So it's also giving Texas the benefit. I would suggest both setters would want to be somewhere in the middle of where they're at right now.
Those service errors in the red zone hurt. And Texas, after the Creighton service error, has set point. Rella Binney, the native of Hawaii, comes in to serve. She was involved in the battle for the setter position in preseason camp. Johnson hammers it off the block. And a point for Creighton after the net violation on Texas.
Just going a little too aggressive there. Abby Vanderwall, she's a little too tight to the net. Wasn't able to make it happen.
So here's Sydney Breisinger, the junior from Cincinnati. Good serve to Halter. Great dig by Creighton. Nadam Simpson is denied. Ames and Vanderwall again help seal the deal for Texas up front. Hoosier making her Texas Longhorns debut with a service error. Carey was in the discussion for the libero position for Texas, and a really good player as a defensive specialist to have in the holster for the Longhorns. Emma Halter is wearing the black libero jersey for Texas. And here is Nora Wirtz serving for Creighton. Out. Service errors apiece.
That's a really good miss serve.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to say it's a good miss, but that's what you want it to look like. Barely missing out of bounds. And Coach Rosen said Nora Wirtz has a really strong serve on her right now.
So here's Halter, the two-time national champion from Indianapolis in the heart of Big Ten country. Mader dumps it over, and that's what the Creighton coaching staff wants to see from Mader.
Yeah, and if I'm Creighton, I want to see that from her too. I mean, it's lethal. She jumps up and just gets on top of that ball. She's 6'1". She's the Cal transfer. She's really smart. She's from Switzerland. She's played a lot of volleyball in her career since she was really young, and it shows out here on this court.
She's got 2 kills and 11 assists in the match. The Creighton block of Reinhardt and Johnson. Johnson with the swing and the point.
Wow, this blocking is just so dominant. It's really hard to get a good, clean kill. I don't know that we've had very many clean kills so far. A lot of these kills are off of hands or making crazy plays and crazy things happening. So the block is really the name of the game right now for both of these teams.
It has been a physical start to this match. There's a slide attack for Bunton and a point for Creighton. Now Texas from all 4 teams now to participate in the opening Spike Classic. Creighton hasn't challenged to play yet. Stafford muscles that one through the Creighton block. That's been easier said than done so far tonight.
Yeah, it's really a good, clean kill right now. I mean, these blockers are just working their butts off and moving laterally really, really well. Tori Stafford got that through there, but not without a challenge.
There's a service error for the Longhorns. Puts Ava Martin behind the service line for Creighton. Martin was a third-team All-American last year, but was on a team that had a total of 5 All-Americans. So for reasons probably by being guilty by association, she was a little bit under the radar last year, but Brian Rosen adamant that that should no longer be the case. She is a legit player. However, so is Tori Stafford.
That she is. She snuck that under Creighton's block. They got a little undisciplined there on the block. Kiara Reinhardt was a little bit late, so she found herself reaching. Tori Stafford saw that and took advantage of it right there. Stafford
serves. pushed over by Kiara Reinhardt.
Kiara Reinhardt is really making her presence known. She's making some really smart choices on her attacking. When she feels like she's got a good swing coming, she goes for it. But that was a really smart choice to just press it through and find the floor.
All Big East a season ago for the Blue Jays. She led the conference in blocks. And there's another mammoth block, dead center. Eloise Brandewie with some help from Jaya Johnson.
That's what I'm talking about with the tempo of Texas's back row attack right there. It's so fast. Tori Stafford doesn't really have much room to go anywhere but straight ahead, where Eloise Brandewie is standing right there.
Vanderwall, a tip, dug by Mader. Damrow feeds Johnson, another tip. Great up by Texas. Creighton tries to take advantage of the free ball. Johnson to the Texas bench.
Most of the time that would work for Jaya Johnson. Most of the time there's a block in her face. But the middle blocker for Texas was just a little bit late. Nia Button was a little bit late, so there were no hands in her face. And Jaya Johnson went for it. No luck.
Anja Kujundžić, the native of Serbia. In the middle, Brandewie turned away by Ames. Now the middle pass to Johnson. That's out and a point for Texas.
Creighton does something really interesting with their out-of-system balls. Their setter takes the first ball and she digs high into the middle of the court, and their middle blocker actually steps in and sets it. So Kiara Reinhardt has set a couple, and Eloise Brandewie just took one with her hands there too.
Nadam Simpson, that's out. Point Texas.
Creighton is just barely missing these swings right now. They're really going for it. They're trying to find the floor, and they're barely missing. Those are errors that Coach Rosen can handle. They're really going for the edges right now.
Kujundžić serves Martin. Simpson, a power tip, turned away.
Nadam Simpson gave that away just a little bit too early. She's not over top of Texas's block, so she can't give her tip away as early as she did right there. Aiden Ames was right in her face and just threw that right back down.
Texas has seized control here in the second set. 4 straight points. Nearly an overpass. It was saved by Mader. And on the joust, Spears popped it over. Johnson, what a dig by Stafford. At the net again. Swindle. Vanderwall puts it down.
Vanderwall's got that slam dunk down to a science. She's just tipping that thing straight down. I mean, she's not even showing that she's going to hit the ball. She just comes in with one hand up. Texas has a lot of chaos going on, and they're throwing stuff around right now.
Vanderwall was an AVCA first-team All-American as a high school player at Timothy Christian in Elmhurst, Illinois. Also played on the U21 team last year. Overpass, Ames destroys it.
Mike drops.
You know, a defensive struggle, physical game.
Absolutely.
Nadam Simpson fires that one out, no touch, a point Texas.
Man, another really good swing from Nadam Simpson. She's really trying to just find the edges, find those fingertips, maybe nick a fingernail up there. No luck, though.
This has been quite a run behind the service line for Anja Kujundžić. Brandewie, though, plants that ball. And side out for Creighton. They needed it.
Not the cleanest of kills, but good job by Brandewie being up in the first place and putting the ball where the defense can't dig it. I mean, that's a deep swing from a middle blocker. That's really hard to dig.
Creighton getting their substitutions in order here, with Sydney Breisinger back to serve. Breisinger serves the freshman Vanderwall. Vanderwall gets it back. What a dig by Damrow. Free ball, Texas. Spears off the block. And a point for Texas.
Great swing by Kari Spears, high off the hands and inside the court right there. So Sage Damrow couldn't get her hand on it. If she would have swung a little bit further towards the line, Sage Damrow would have been there all day. But because she swung offline, Sage couldn't get her hand on it.
Spears with 4 kills. Tori Stafford currently pacing Texas with 5. This is Binney with a friendly roll off the tape. On the slide, Brandewie. It's dug by Stafford. Over to Vanderwall. She pummels the block, and it does not yield. Point Creighton.
Wow, it really is Eloise Brandewie and Aiden Ames going back at it on the blocking. Eloise Brandewie just presses over the net. You can see there her hands are so far over the net and in the plane that it gives Abby Vanderwall little to no chance to do anything there.
Abby Hayes. Service error, point Texas. That brings in Ramsey Gary to serve for the Longhorns. Gary, a 2-time second-team All-Big Ten player in her 2 seasons at Indiana. Mater, coachable, doing exactly what the staff at Creighton wanted, becoming more offensive in the middle.
I mean, honestly, Aiden Ames needs to have her hands up right there. She has them up and she puts them right back down. She puts them up to kind of show Anna Mater that she's there and she might jump. Anna Mater knows she's not going to and just threw that straight down. So until someone stops her, she's going to keep going with that.
So Mater is now one of Creighton's co-leaders in kills. She's got 3. Now there are 4 other players that have 3. So kind of a logjam at the top as Texas wins that last point.
Anna Mater needs to keep staying aggressive for Creighton's offense to be as balanced as it can be.
Here's Emma Halter with the serve to Breisinger. Mater the bump set. Martin with the free ball swing. Stafford, that was long. Point Creighton.
Tori Stafford is adamant that she had a touch there, telling coach to challenge it. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Okay. Mater on the slide. And a kill for Devin Kahahawai, the senior from Hawaii. That's her second of the match.
Texas is running a little bit of a modified lineup here where they put Binney in and take Ella Swindle out and switch up their right sides.
Martin, a roll shot dug by Stafford. Damrow laid out for it, and it's eventually a point for Texas. It didn't clear over to Texas's side, so too many touches for Creighton.
I would love to see Abby Hayes have a little more certainty in her volleyball abilities right now. She's a little tentative.
What stood out to you about the Badgers in their first game of the season?
I mean, Coach Sheffield talks about how he wanted to learn more about his team and see how they played together, how they battled together. And I think there's no better way to figure out how your team is going to play and battle together than going the long haul, going 5 sets with a really talented Kansas team. So the Badgers are in a really good place, and I think they're going to make a big push here coming up.
Ava Martin with the kill out of the timeout for Creighton. And Analea Mater with the serve. Rella Binney is the setter on the court right now for Texas. Stafford with a free ball dug by Damrow. Reinhardt is stuffed by Bunton. And Reinhardt puts that one down in the back row. Point Creighton.
I have got to give my flowers to Anna Mater right there. She set Kiara Reinhardt. Reinhardt got blocked. The ball comes back over, and Mater gave her another opportunity in there. She trusted her middle attacker and gave it right back to her. I'm over here talking to myself, like, let's do it. Set her again. I dare ya. I love that she did it.
Point Creighton on an ace serve. You know, Mater, one of the most important positions as the starting setter for Creighton, and yet she was the only player on the Blue Jays roster not with the team for the spring season. She was still wrapping up her undergraduate studies at Cal. She graduated in the spring. So her journey with her new hitters just getting going.
That's a lot for a setter to come in and have a really short amount of time to learn. But Coach Rosen said that he came into the gym on day one with the team in early August, and the team came to him and said, actually, we're running things a little bit faster. We're doing this a little bit differently. So even though Anna wasn't in the gym in the spring, Mater took control over the summer and said, let's make a few changes here and there, and I think it's paying off.
Ella Swindle into serve. Ava Martin off the block. Interesting, the communication in the back row there. Halter made a play on the ball. Gary may have had the better play.
They made the right moves there. That's the thing that should be good to the coach. Jared Elliott's okay with that play because Ramsey Gary went behind Emma Halter like she's supposed to, and it just unfortunately didn't go the way they wanted it to.
Here's Gary back to the net, and Halter can't clear it over, so Texas looking a little disjointed, and Creighton has cut the lead to 4.
Ramsey Gary can make a better play on that. She's got the angle, she's got the opportunity. She can put that ball into a hittable spot so that one of her hitters can at least run up and try and do something with it versus having to have Emma Halter come from the back row and just see what she can make.
Stafford just pummels the ball through the Creighton block.
It was a really good set by Ella Swindle. She had her middle button coming right in next to her. She held that ball for just a second, so the Creighton block was a little bit off. There was a hitch in their block, and it opened up a really great seam for Tori Stafford to find.
Stafford with a game-high 7 kills, already 11 digs. There's another one. Vanderwall, that power tip. Johnson, it's Doug. Vanderwall blocked. Halter with the up. Pushed down the line by Spears. It's out. A point for Creighton. I think head coach Brian Rosen wanted a lift anyway.
I'm really impressed with both teams' out-of-system games. They're both playing very different out-of-system games, though. When Creighton is out of system, they're giving their hitters time and vision. They're keeping the ball off the net and letting them just go see what's in front of them and take rips, whereas Texas is putting their hitters really tight and letting them go be physical, which is their advantage.
Vanderwall rebuffed. It's Brandewie and Johnson, the Twin Towers.
That is the downside to a tight offense. Ella Swindle is running it pretty tight to the net. You can see that ball's pretty far over, almost into the blocker's hands. So the blockers just have to reach over barely and they can get a handle on it.
What a dig by Damrow, but she couldn't square it up. It's a point for Texas. Amazing Damrow got anything on it at all. The ball was crushed.
Abby Vanderwall had some heat behind that. She's got a whip of an arm. Her arm swing is really fast. And although she's a true freshman, she's got really good vision, and she sees what's in front of her and can kind of make things happen even when she's got a solid block up there.
Brandewie puts that down in a hurry.
That was such a good swing. That's part of Creighton's offense that we did not see last season. They didn't run a ton of middles, but Anna Mater has gotten their middles involved quite a bit here, and it's adding just a whole nother layer to Creighton's offense.
3 kills for Brandewie, who led Ohio State in blocks both of her seasons in Columbus. That's a quick arm from Aiden Ames, but it's out. A point for Creighton, and the Blue Jays have made this a second set. 17-9 at one point.
One thing about Creighton is they're not going anywhere. Their defense is going to keep them involved.
Ames off the block, out of bounds, last touched by Creighton.
Aiden Ames has a really fast arm, so she's able to get a swing on that ball before Eloise Brandewy's block is completely pressed over the net. So that's where she gets that tool right there.
Spears makes her approach to Damrow. Mater for Nadam Simpson. It was touched. Point Creighton.
There's Nadam Simpson finally getting a little bit more in her groove, finding what she's trying to do. That's exactly what she's tried to do the entire game. She just hasn't been as successful as she wants to be. That was proof of success right there. She's finding the fingertips. She's figured out where her block is in front of her. She's going for it.
Creighton trying to go on a run here to tie the game. Abby Hayes serves. Ball was drifting. Damrow able to keep it alive, and Hayes sets up Brysinger, but out of bounds.
It's chaos plays like that where you just have to trust yourself and know where you are on the court. Sydney Brysinger had such a good angle to just make a really easy play and pass that over for Texas, but because of the chaos before, she fed right into it, and it got really chaotic at the end there.
Texas back in charge. Here's Ramsey Gary. Martin just drove that ball, but Texas was ready for her, and Stafford eats up Hayes in the back row.
That was a big-time swing from Tori Stafford. She went up on an out-of-system ball that came from really far off the court. They chucked that ball up all the way from off the court, and Tori Stafford got her feet there and just went for it. There was a nice seam in that block for her that she saw, just bounced the ball straight through.
Not a bad debut for Tori Stafford with Texas, 8 kills. Hayes from the back row is turned away. Aiden Ames has come up with some of Texas's biggest energy plays in this match, and Texas has set point.
Aiden Ames is fired up. She's got some fire in her.
Gary, a spinning serve. Brandewie down the line. It's out, and Texas wins the second set.
Creighton's hanging in there. They're not going anywhere. Eloise Brandewie has her huddle in right now, and she's talking to them. She's telling them that they need
more of the back-to-back national championship teams, by and large, gone, maybe with the exception of Emma Halter, the libero. But a lot of youth on this Texas roster. Kari Spears among them. She gets the kill there, and, you know, if Texas looks this good as this new of a group, again, you forecast in December, this could be a really intimidating team.
Absolutely. Really intimidating team come December. They've got all the pieces. It's just going to take some time to figure out that rhythm and get those young players some experience.
Swindle with a sneak attack, and Mater returns serve and puts it home.
As a setter, I absolutely love this. The battle going back and forth. I can remember my playing days in Big Ten volleyball, and as soon as one setter dumps on my team, I'm going to make sure that I'm the next one to dump on their team. So I know exactly how Anna Mater felt right there.
Big approach for Destiny Nadam Simpson, and that's an ace serve.
That's a killer serve right there. She lets a couple of them get away from her. I saw her in warm-ups. She had a couple crazy serves. When she takes her time and really focuses on placing that ball, she can find that back corner really well.
That ball just fell off the table. She serves Ramsey Gary that time. Dug by Damrow. Mater underneath it for Martin. Stafford is blocked. She keeps it up. Stafford again. A tip and a point.
The middle of that Creighton defense is wide open, and Texas has really found that spot. I think Abby Vanderwall started it. She dumped that ball right in the center there, but the rest of the Texas offense is starting to see how open the middle of the court is there. All of the Creighton defenders are back on their heels and not able to pick that up.
Ella Swindle with the service error, and Creighton grabs a 3-2 lead in the third. Texas hitting just 175 for the match, but Creighton is only hitting 0-4-7. For the first time, we see Olivia Hausman, the sophomore from Roca, Nebraska, into serve. Nia Bunton was able to hang in the air long enough to get that over, and that was touched by Ramsey Gary. Probably should have been a Texas point, but Creighton will take it, and the kill awarded to Ava Martin.
Ava Martin did exactly what Ava Martin does, found the high hands of Kari Spears. She hasn't done a ton of that. It's been hard for her to find those hands. She did a really good job there.
Bunton clubs it wide. Point Creighton.
I like that Swindle's really trying to force that middle attack there. She's going for it, play after play.
Hausman was in the serving rotation for Creighton last year. She had 18 aces as a freshman. That's an ace serve right there. Her first of this season as a sophomore.
You might have called that one right there.
Well, thank you. I mean, usually it works the other way, you know.
Right.
Hard to beat Emma Halter, but that's exactly what Olivia Hausman did there. 4 straight for Creighton. It's still early in the third, but Texas needs a timeout.
South Florida and Purdue going 5 is interesting to me. I'll be interested to see how Purdue bounces back after losing quite a few pieces.
Spears pushes it craftily off the Creighton block. That's a mature play for a freshman.
Absolutely. That set was a little too fast for Spears to get her feet there. She's really high. You got to set her high enough that she can get a hand on that. She really couldn't. So that was a smart play to go for that tip and not try to just bounce that ball.
6 kills and 6 digs for Spears. It snaps a mini run for Creighton, and here's Tori Stafford with the serve. She serves Brysinger. Martin rejected in the middle, and it leads to a Texas point. Taylor Harvey into the game for the first time for Texas, true freshman middle from Salt Lake City.
That's a tough play for Creighton right there. Running your best hitter up the middle where all 3 blockers are. She's probably not going to win that.
Stafford took something off that serve on the back set to Nadam Simpson. Spears with a heck of an effort, and it stayed on Texas's side of the net, but they ran out of touches, and Creighton wins the point.
I like the effort on that. You got to go for it. You never know. See what you can get. Good move by Tori Stafford, just a little bit late, wasn't able to get a great hand on it, and then Kari Spears tried to do what she could, but ran out of room there.
Anna Mader with the serve. Vanderwall off the Creighton touch. It's a point for Texas.
Abby Vanderwall was a little bit early on that attack. The set was coming from really far across the court, so she needs to wait just because the ball's going to take longer to travel that far. She was a little bit early, so she had to take some off and caught Ava Martin off guard on the off blocker spot.
Kujundjic back behind the line to serve. Mader for Martin. What a dig by Stafford, but on the overpass, it's smacked the other way by Kiara Reinhardt.
That is an underrated skill right there by Kiara Reinhardt. That's hard to do. A lot of middle blockers can't go up and take a swing like that, let alone take a step off the net and then take a big rip. Most middle blockers across the country are in the net on that play every single time. I love that she went and swung on it.
Reinhardt's got 5. Aiden Ames, dug by Mader. Nadam Simpson is blocked. Free ball offered to Texas. Just barely got over, and Reinhardt again, repeating exactly what you talked about, Mac.
Reinhardt is on fire right now. I mean, she's got some fire in her, and she's ready to go. The hustle from the Creighton side on this defense, and then to get a free ball back on this, that should be unacceptable to Texas. Kara Reinhardt with a little give and go. Trips up Aiden Ames there.
Spears pummels that ball down for a Texas point.
Wow, even that's such a fast tempo right there. Ella Swindle got pushed back behind her and still ran Kari Spears with a ton of tempo. It's really impressive for the freshman and that setter to have this good of connection this early.
Jaya Johnson forces it through the Texas block. Point Creighton.
It's a great swing by Johnson. Tori Stafford and Emma Halter need to have a little bit of better communication on those parallel lines that they're running right there. Tori Stafford should run behind Emma Halter while she plays off the line and in. A little miscommunication, and only one of them went on that one.
Damrow serves her counterpart Halter, and almost a reverse for Ella Swindle, but it's out of bounds, no touch. Damrow with another try.
I love that idea, though, by Ella Swindle. It's a really smart shot. Nobody would be there.
Vanderwall, dug by Damrow. Vanderwall, her tip rejected. Spears denied. Ames with a swing. Nadam Simpson, cross court. What a dig by Halter. Nadam Simpson again, dug by Halter. Vanderwall off some high hands. Johnson pushed up by Stafford, and now Spears blocked. Point Creighton.
Wow, the defense in that play was off the charts. These girls need to take a minute. Somebody should walk back to the service line right now. How about Emma Halter making some crazy plays back there in left back? That's why she is one of the best liberos in the country. She reads so well. It just wasn't enough for the Longhorns there, and Creighton held on longer, was able to slam that back down.
Damrow. Vanderwall off the block and down. A point for Texas.
Again, Abby Vanderwall just swinging so high. She's so high above the block that when she's up there, she's got great vision and she can hit down almost, but down with the intent for the ball to go wide and long. Ava Martin needs to really stress staying deep in middle back when she's playing defense against these big outside hitters.
Ramsey Gary to serve. Brandewee smokes it. Point Creighton.
The key of the game right now for the Creighton side is the middle attackers. Eloise Brandewee and Kiara Reinhardt are putting up some numbers for these guys. They're allowing them to stay in this game offensively. Their outside hitters, their right side attackers just aren't finding the right swings to take. So the middles are having to do it, and they're doing a great job.
Ames on the slide goes cross court.
It's another middle attack, but for Texas this time, Aiden Ames is really high, and on that slide approach, she drifts into this ball, so it's really hard to block. Nadam Simpson floats a little bit past where Ames was going to plant her foot and drive up, so she missed the block completely.
Mater was dug by Spears. From the back row, Martin, and not even Halter could handle it.
Texas made a big adjustment on Anna Mater right there. Instead of deciding to throw a blocker up on her and risk missing a blocker on an attacker, they decided to move Kari Spears to play defense in the middle of the court there. So she's standing almost dead center in the court and is not going to get back to right back, but she's there to play any balls that Anna Mater may dump.
Nadam Simpson with an arcing serve. Here's Stafford who streaks in. And it's put down by Harvey, the freshman, her first kill.
That right there was a slam dunk. There's no other way to put it. She absolutely threw that ball straight down. I think there was a block off of one of the Creighton players' faces right there, and the ball came up a little different than they would have hoped, and Taylor Harvey was there to slam that right back down.
Harvey, the #1 middle blocker in the 2025 class. I mean, it's a loaded group here coming into Austin, and the follow-up class, the class of 2026, reportedly just as talented.
Yeah, one thing Jared Elliott knows how to do is recruit. He brings in great class after great right here on the court. He's got a bunch of true freshmen out here playing and doing really well.
Swindle to serve. Brandewee off the block. Stafford. Mater puts it home that time.
And there's the other side of the adjustment. You put somebody in the middle, and then Anna Mater sees that and throws it to the T is what we call it, where the sideline and the 10-foot line meet. Throws that right past the defender. No chance anybody's getting that. I'm loving the aggressiveness from Anna Mater right now.
The Mater's got 5 kills on 8 swings and no errors. She's hitting .625. Ball was destroyed by Spears and tapped down gracefully by Stafford on the other side.
The defensive effort is really what's keeping Creighton involved in this play. Texas has some really big swings. They're taking big rips. And Creighton has an answer for every single one of them.
Stafford now with 10 kills in her Texas debut. Martin off the block down on Creighton's side. Mater with the swing. Spears glides in, and it's out the back row. No touch. Point Creighton.
Absolutely love that swing from Anna Mater in the middle there. She's staying aggressive. Coach told her he wants her to be aggressive, and she's absolutely just going for it.
She serves now. Line drive. Stafford with the power tip from the back row. Harvey, great vision with the point.
Really good vision from Harvey there. She saw that she's got a block in front of her, so she had to redirect that ball. It would have been really easy for her to just throw that ball right down, but instead she decided to redirect it and throw it where there weren't people. That was a really smart play by the freshman.
Kujundžić, that's an ace serve.
That's a great serve. They've been serving deep a lot. Texas has pushed the ball deep, 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 and then they drop one right up over the net short. It's a really smart play. Good call by whoever's calling the serving zones over there.
Well, this is the first game in Texas uniform for Anya Kujundžić. She played the last 2 seasons at VCU, and she's getting carried by her teammates right now on another great run behind the line like she had in the first set.
I mean, when you're producing from the end line like that, you might as well get carried back there.
You expected Texas to make a run at some point in this third set. They are in the midst of that now. Back-to-back aces by Anya Kujundžić. Johnson is dug by Stafford. Vanderwall down for a Texas point.
15 digs right now.
Well, Creighton trying to hang on to the lead here in the third set and by extension force a fourth, but Kari Spears says, I'm not impressed, and we're tied.
Creighton is not going to hold on to that lead by tipping on Texas right now. Giving Texas an easy tip is just allowing them to come right back with a really powerful swing.
Johnson off the heel of her hand, the palm of her hand. And Creighton now beginning to unravel a little bit, a 6-0 run for Texas.
Quite a bit of chaos going on the Creighton side right now. They need to settle in, focus on this first ball, and then go from there.
Gotta find a way to get Kujundžić off the line. Good swing by Reinhardt, and that'll do. Point Creighton.
Absolutely. Right now, if you want to get a kill, you go to your middles. Kiara Reinhardt is hitting really strong right now. She's finding ways to score. She's being creative. She's not just hitting every ball she sees. She's throwing balls when she needs to. She's getting really good angles on those swings.
She leads the Blue Jays with 7 kills, no errors. Vanderwall plants it.
Texas is swinging really high and really wide. They're aiming for the edges of the court right now. And Creighton's defense is really central. They're playing really high up. They need to take a step deeper. I would say everybody on the Creighton side needs to take a step deeper on defense and be ready to run things down off of high hands.
Rella Binney to serve. Johnson, a wide set. Kahahawai is dug by Mater. Nadam Simpson.
Wow, that is one of the first clean kills I feel like I've seen. It didn't touch hands, it didn't go off the net, it didn't redirect at all. She found the inside of that block and just went with it. Again, such a great set by Sage Damrow to give her the opportunity to go take this swing, but Nadam Simpson just comes in hard and goes hard angle with that ball.
6 kills for the native of Omaha, playing for her hometown program. Kahahawai at the net, a joust, and Aiden Ames wins the battle.
Wow, Aiden Ames on offense there to start, but what a dig from Anna Mater. Kept them in the play for a little bit longer. Aiden Ames is just so dynamic. He's able to see that ball coming over and just slams it right back down. She does a great job of keeping her hands high so that she's ready for whatever happens if that ball comes over really quick or if she's got time and can slam it down like that.
Texas takes the lead in the third. Ramsey Gary serves. Brandui. And Texas was ready and waiting for her in the middle. Aiden Ames wins the latest installment of that battle.
Texas is making really good adjustments. Things aren't working for them. Creighton is scoring in certain ways, and Texas has an answer for that almost every single time. They're figuring it out really well, which is very high level for a very young team.
Mater Johnson. The ball was thumped, and it's a point for Creighton.
That was simply who was going to be stronger at the right moment right there. Jaya Johnson went up and was swinging that ball hard. If Tori Stafford would have been maybe a smidge earlier, that ball would have came back at Jaya Johnson even harder than she hit it.
Brysinger the serve. Binney the set. Stafford off high hands, and the play blown dead. A net violation on Creighton.
Not a place you want to be if you're Creighton. They're getting a little eager on that block there. Anna Mater pressed a little too tight. I like that she's going for it, but her body just drifted a little bit too close to the net there, and she ended up in it.
Halter serves. On the slide, Brandewee dug by Halter. Kahahawa is blocked, and it lands for a Creighton point.
I mean, the defense in this game in general is all over the place. Emma Halter making this diving save. I didn't see it coming. I thought Brandewee was going to swing, and then last second she tips, and Emma Halter sees it. She's going for everything. One thing about Emma Halter is she's going to put forth the effort, because you never know. You might get it.
She is everywhere. It is awfully hard to get a ball down in front of her. There's a great pass by Ramsey Gary. On the slide, Brandewee pushed up by Binney. Harvey is blocked. And we're tied.
I love that Taylor Harvey went for that, though. As a true freshman middle blocker, sometimes when you get a high ball like that, it's a little intimidating to take a big rip, but really strong block move by Eloise Brandewee to just line up right in front of where she's going to be and absolutely clamp on that.
Creighton tries to regain the lead, and Nadam Simpson, that was way long.
That's one of those crazy serves that gets away from her. Sometimes you risk that for her ace earlier. She's got a tough serve, but it's not as consistent as Coach Rosen would hope it would be.
So that brings Ella Swindle back into the game to serve for Texas. 28 assists for Swindle in the game. Creighton running a ton of slide action right now. Stafford for Texas.
That was a clean Tori Stafford kill right there. She elevated so high on that. She had plenty of time up there, jumped up and hit pretty much over top of that block. She had so much time up here. It was a little bit out of system. She just chopped it right back down the line. That's a great swing by Tori Stafford.
12 kills and 15 digs. Damrow brings it back into play, and Martin off the block gets the point for Creighton. Blue Jays down 1.
Creighton has a lot of chaos going on their side of the court. They're managing it well, but probably not well enough right now. To play against a top team like Texas, you've got to manage the chaos really, really well. They can clean a few things up, especially their first ball.
It's been an uncharacteristically quiet night for Ava Martin. 7 kills and 8 errors. Reinhardt and Brandewee, as you mentioned all match, Mac, the middle blockers have led the attack for Creighton tonight.
That's another benefit of Creighton having their middle blocker take that second ball. Kira Reinhardt usually would go and set that ball to a hitter, but instead she decides to call her own number and take it on 2 and take a big rip that Texas wasn't prepared for.
Creighton trying to force a 4th set. And again, in the red zone, another serving error for Creighton at a very inopportune time, and it hands Texas match point.
Really tough time to have a miss serve. You never want to miss serve in the net, but especially not to give the other team match point.
Texas fans are on their feet. Reinhardt puts it down, and we are tied at 24.
That's just so hard to defend. Kiara Reinhardt is so quick with that ball. She's up in the air before the blockers can really even make time to adjust. if I'm Texas's blockers, I'm putting my hands a little bit higher right now and making sure that my base is loaded so that all I have to do is jump straight up and hopefully get a touch on Kiera Reinhardt.
Oh, the serving errors are crippling for Creighton right now.
I know it's what Creighton's doing next week. Serving a whole bunch of balls. Pressure serving a whole bunch of balls.
Another match point, and what a moment for the freshman, Taylor Harvey. She aces up Creighton, and Texas wins the match.
What a way to end the match. True freshman Taylor Harvey with an ace serve.